And your Friday happy hour begins now here, everybody. Welcome to Mix It 3.
Welcome.
Cliff and
We're
Nat.
back. We're back to the studio.
Back to the studio here, at least for another day.
Yeah.
If you tuned in yesterday, that you saw we were hanging out, both Morning Mix and Mix It 3, live at the 23rd Annual Cares for Kids Radiothon and Telethon in conjunction with our pals from iHeartMedia Augusta. There's Jana from WBQ and Cher from 96.3 Kiss FM. Both shows were live there, and that group shot that you just saw, thanks to our entire crew for making that work.
Thank you, guys.
Together.
Yes.
But so much fun that we had down there. So many calls, so many bells ringing, and that's what we wanted to hear was the bells ringing for the donations coming in for the Children's Hospital of Georgia. Just a wonderful not-for-profit hospital that doesn't turn a single child away, regardless of the family's ability to pay.
And they said last year they treated 75,000 kids.
Yeah.
So they do need your help, our help. And just call the number 866-412-5437 or text CHOG to 51555.
That QR code right there. Right there. You can scan that. It'll take you to the website, caresforkidsradiothon.com, secure site where you can make a donation. And I really do hope that everybody does. We said this yesterday. It's kind of like one of those 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You might have a kid or somebody that's been treated there, or you might know somebody who has a kid or somebody that has been treated there. I guarantee you, though, you go 6 kids, get 6 friends out, you'll know somebody that's been treated there. Definitely just a great thing to have here in our backyard. Well, I hope you never have to use it.
Yes.
But thank God they're here if you do.
If you do. And you have the best care. It's a world-renowned hospital. And one thing that we also talked about, you can become a miracle maker. And what is it? So you pay $15 a month. That's $180 a year. Or it could be 50 cents a day if you break it down. And you can be a miracle maker and help make the difference.
So the phone lines are going on until 7 o'clock this evening, and then they'll kick back in tomorrow between 8 a.m. and we wrap up everything tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I will be down there, and you'll be catching us on our social medias, checking in and seeing how everything is going. So we want to beat last year's raised amount, which was close to $300,000. I'm really hoping we can get over that $300,000 mark. We can do that with your help. So be sure you check that out. And again, caresforkidsradiothon.com right there on the screen. Become a miracle maker, all right? Also, just so much going on coming into the weekend as well. A lot of events carried over from last weekend because of the threat of weather. So be sure you check out our website, our webpage at WRDW.com, Mix It 3. Also, WRDW.com/morningmix. to get the entertainment in mix and find out some of those other events that are coming up, too.
One thing that you cannot do here in Augusta, but you can do somewhere else.
What's that?
Airbnb is offering the chance for one family to spend the holidays in the world's official Santa Claus post office and stay in Santa's cabin in Finland. So the post office located in Rovaniemi, Netherlands, Finland, receives over 30,000 letters daily from children and adults around the world.
So that's where they go.
Yeah.
Okay. So Chief Elf and Airbnb host Katya is listing the cabin stay on Airbnb. It's free of charge. So guests can lend a hand with the letters at Santa's post office and experience the beauty of the Arctic Circle. You would think that would be right because they get so many letters during the year.
Yeah, they need help.
Guests will be given a crash course in elfing by Katya and also will work with her team to help sort through the letters. Visitors to the Winter Wonderland will also lend a hand emptying mailboxes and also helping the elves to stamp the post with the special Arctic Circle postmark. So there'll also be the ability to enjoy traditional Finnish meals. You actually get to roast chestnuts by an open fire for once. A snowmobile activity. You get a trip to see the Northern Lights. And the most Finnish experience of all, you will get to enjoy that traditional sauna. Sign me up.
Me too.
Seriously, this is free of charge?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of work involved with it too, but do you really call that work?
You have to pay your ticket to Finland, but once you're there, You got it covered. So
You
I
might
don't
actually
know.
get a glimpse of the jolly old man himself.
Yes.
I'm just
How
saying.
cool is that?
Now's the time, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So keep that in the back of your head, okay? Coming up, it's time to bring Liverpool to the Columbia County Pack. We spoke with one of the band members of the Fab Four, who told us what you can expect. You don't want to miss this. Next here on Mix It 3.
The Fab Four, the ultimate tribute, are coming to Columbia County Pack this Sunday, December 10th.
That's right. They will be performing the Beatles' Rubber Soul in its entirety, as well as a vast selection of the band's greatest hits. We got the chance to speak with Artie Saraf, who plays Paul McCartney. Check it out. All right, big night of music Sunday at the Columbia County Pack. It is the Fab Four, and we have Mr. Paul McCartney himself, a.k.a. Artie Saraf, here joining us. I know, look behind you, make sure, okay. Thanks for joining us, Artie. Good to see you.
You too. Good morning.
Absolutely. This is a great thing. I mean, people obviously are familiar with the Fab Four and everything, but what can people expect from this show, from the Fab Four?
Well, generally, we basically come out and do a 2-hour show with just the hits, all the hits. But this particular time, we've been doing the Rubber Soul album for the last 2 months, and because a lot of our promoters and some of the theaters said, hey, you guys have been coming through here for many, many years. Let's try something new. And they said, well, Rubber Soul would be a good one. We said, sure, we'll do it. So the first half of the show is the entire Rubber Soul album,
right,
front to back. And then we continue in the second half of the show after an intermission with the later Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, Hey Jude, all that other stuff.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. So
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
No,
it's
exactly.
hard to beat, yes. And you're talking to two Beatles fans here. Tell us how the Fab Four tribute show was conceived.
Well, we're all big Beatle fans, like millions of other people around the world. And we basically got together at a Beatle convention in Los Angeles many years ago. And we decided to put a band together. And at that point, I was a right-handed bass guitar player. And I said, well, if we're going to make it the Fab Four, the ultimate tribute to the Beatles, I better buy myself and teach myself how to play that bass right there,
Wow.
left-handed Hofner bass, like Paul McCartney. So that's what we did. And everything we do is perform live by the four of us on stage. We tackle stuff like Day in the Life and Strawberry Fields with just four guys on stage. We sing everything, we play everything, and that's kind of our forte. I think that's what gives us our reputation.
Being a guy that plays at playing, how difficult was that to learn from playing right-handed to switching around and doing left?
It's one of these things.
Yeah, okay, well, forget that. I'm out.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it took a few months to really one at a time, very patient, but you have to want to do it, right? You have to want to do it. And part of the look of the Beatles is George and Paul on the microphone like that, with their guitars going that way. And so it's just part of the look. And that's the other thing. We do makeup. We do theatrical makeup. We all wear wigs to make the hair, as the Beatles progressed, their hair got longer.
Right.
So we do a little bit of everything. We're actors, musicians, linguists, because we have to try to do a Scouse accent, which is the Liverpool accent from where the Beatles are from. So it goes from this to, well, I don't really know about that guitar. It's not my guitar, but it's pretty close to my guitar.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
That's pretty good.
so, thank you. Well, I hope so. After this many years, I better be good.
Well, along to that point, when you're talking about the makeup and the hair and the wigs and stuff, obviously you've got to work with the right gear and too. What goes into setting up that whole look? I mean, it takes some time to gather it all together.
It sure does. I mean, we've invested for many, many years, all the guitars, all the proper guitars, all the proper outfits, most of the outfits are all custom made. So, and they're not cheap. So, but they last a long time. You invest in it. It's part of your job. I mean, we almost don't even consider this a job. It's one of the best things we can ever do, playing the greatest music ever that we think, and going around the whole world and playing it for all these sorts of people, little kids, older people that were with the Beatles originally, and now with the resurgence of, the reissues of Beatle albums again and the new Beatles song now and then, there's always a resurgence that happens every few years.
Right.
And we just always want to pay respect and with love and attention to detail. That's what we really always try to do.
And yeah, you have played around the world as Paul in such places as Japan, Guam, Puerto Rico, to name a few, and has appeared on the stage with Bruce Springsteen and so many other artists. How was this experience of playing Paul been for you?
It's been amazing. We've met a lot, like you just mentioned. Some of my heroes, I got a chance to be on stage and play with. It's a dream come true, really. I mean, all of us have done original music when we were younger. Certain things don't work out when you have original music. You either hit it or you don't.
Right.
And we gravitated to this because we're all big Beatle fans. So it's amazing. Australia, Japan, China. Hopefully we'll get out to Europe a little bit more next year. Next year will be the 60th anniversary of the Beatles landing here in the States. So it's going to be another big Beatle year, in terms of that whole nostalgia. So it's just amazing. It's great to travel so many different cultures. But in Japan, let's say, they don't speak the language, but they'll sing it phonetically. So it'll be like, she rubs you, yeah. It almost sounds like she rubs you, yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's what they do. They love the music, and they do it as best they can. And it's just amazing that it translates.
It truly is universal, and you're about to add Evans to that long list of famous places, right? This Sunday, Columbia County Performing Arts Center, showtime at 7:30, and it is the Fab Four and Paul McCartney, again, right here with us, Artie Saraf. Artie, we appreciate you. Bring that bass, and we'll see you here on Sunday, okay?
All right. Thanks very much, everybody. Have a great one. Thank you. Cheers.
All right, make sure you check this out. Coming up, we're going to show you some truths about getting healthy, and they're easier than you think. Mix at 3 continues next.
Well, with New Year's right around the corner, so comes the resolutions too. And we spoke with our friend, fitness expert Amanda Jives, about 10 unexpected truths about getting healthy. Take a look.
Amanda, thank you so much for joining me again to talk about another amazing topic.
Thank you. I love it. Getting to be one-to-one with you.
Yeah, awesome. So today we're going to talk about 10 unexpected truths about getting healthy. So can you go through all of them for us?
Absolutely. The thing is, when we get healthy, we have a lot of expectations. And I think that giving ourselves a little grace and realizing some of these truths will be really helpful so that, when they come up along the way, it doesn't hinder us. It doesn't feel like a stumbling block. So I'll get right into it. The first thing is that your leanest body is not going to be your strongest or your healthiest. It's not always the case that you really actually need to lose, 20 pounds. We don't need to be what we were when we were 18 or 20, realizing that we're adults, we've got natural curves, we've likely got like a little bit more muscle, and we've had life. So know that, your leanest, being the skinniest and is not always going to be your healthiest. There is a good happy medium. So finding out what that is for you is really important. Number 2 is the scale weight and your pant size. That does not define you. There's so much more to us than what the scale says. That's just a number. I often tell people it's just gravity pulling down on you. Your scale weight can fluctuate from night to day by like 5 to 6 pounds sometimes. So know that there's so much more that, is part of our worth and our meaning than just what our pant size is. We love our friends, whether they're a large pant size or small. So know that we always have value. It's an idea of love yourself where you are as you're getting to this journey of, maybe getting healthier. Number 2 is prioritize sleep. Don't underestimate needing to rest and needing to sleep. It's, if not more important than your exercise and your nutrition. We kind of think of sleep and rest as the foundation of your house. If you don't have a really great foundation, we're not going to build $1 million house on a sinkhole. So make sure that your foundation is really stable. Give yourself permission to have rest days when you're feeling really tired, and then your body's a lot more likely to do the things you want it to do if we're taking care of it with those basic needs of sleep and rest.
So true.
Another
Love
thing,
that.
yeah. Another thing is just consistency over perfection. I think I might say that every time I come on here is it's more to the more you say that to yourself, consistency over perfection. So having a treat is part of a balanced plan. Enjoy cake for special occasions, enjoy your favorite little chocolates. Chocolate's my favorite, so I have them in my house. Making sure that if it's more what you do over time than what you do for a short time perfectly, because we're human. So that's one of our things is, expect to mess up, give yourself grace, and then keep going. We wouldn't tell our children that they're not allowed to mess up along the journey of learning anything. So, give yourself that same grace.
So true. I see sometimes people like cutting everything because they're on like this strict diet, but then when they achieve their goals, maybe they'll go all back to it, and then the weight will come back in too.
Exactly. Anything that you can't do for the long term isn't going to give us long term results. A quick fix might be a quick fix, but sometimes those, this is another segment, but those quick fixes can really make it harder down the road if it kind of wrecks your system. So, yes, if it's not something that you're going to do for a long time, why do it? Why struggle for a day if you're not going to do it for the longevity? So something you can do till 85, that's what you want to be doing so that we're consistently seeing those results. I don't personally want to work hard for a week just to see results for a couple days and then go back to desserts. The other thing is, and we've said this a little bit with the scale, is like the goal body, the body that you're really going to love has a lot less to do with your goal weight than you really think. It's truly, and the reasoning behind that is it's who you become along the way of doing the exercise, of getting to the goal of, be training to walk a 5K or a marathon or something. It's you building the confidence in yourself that you do what you say you're going to do. It's you looking forward to the exercise. It's you building that happy release, maybe that stress release that makes you happier at the end of the day, getting the exercise, or knowing like, oh, I had a really great breakfast this morning and I feel good. I don't feel like lethargic and weighed down by something that wasn't really great for me. So it's not always the goal weight, because a lot of times you'll see people will get to that goal weight, but they actually don't find happiness in the goal weight. You find happiness in the journey and the process of getting to where you want to go.
Oh, love that.
Another thing is quality food over less food. I often say, instead of fewer carbs and fewer sweets, think more protein, more vegetables, more water, more sleep. Like, think in terms of abundance as opposed to lacking, because I always say, we wouldn't say this to our children, but we have an inner child inside of us. And as soon as we say, don't do this, we immediately think, if I say, don't think of a white elephant, you're going to think of a white elephant, but if I say, think of this, we're much more likely to do the things that are more positive as opposed to restrictive. So think quality. You don't have to, immediately take away the bad foods, or even label foods as bad or good. Just eat more quality foods. You're going to fill up better and your body's going to behave better. You'll have better nutrition, better digestion, and just overall health. Plan for your obstacles. And we've said this, if you know that this week you're going to go out to dinner and you're not going to have a lot of control over what you eat, plan for that evening and maybe, look at the menu ahead of time. So just be aware so that you don't feel like you're always in reactive mode. You're like, I've planned to eat at the Mexican restaurant. I'm going to get some healthy street tacos and maybe just get a serving of chips as opposed to, abstaining from the chips. Or there was actually a video recently where somebody was like, instead of chips at the Mexican restaurant, order some cucumbers. And I was like, that is not, nobody is going to take you up on that. But you can enjoy the chips, but like get a small dose of the chips as opposed to just eating mindlessly out of the thing.
Right.
Also enjoy the journey. I've said this, like anything that you're going to be doing for the long term, you want to enjoy it. So you want to look forward to it. Find, breakfasts that are healthy, but also you look forward to, kind of plan to switch it up so you don't get bored and you don't kind of fall off the wagon, as we say. Another thing is don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself to your friend, and don't compare yourself to a past version of yourself. Like, where are you now? What can we do ahead of, what can we do forward as opposed to, kind of getting down of where we were? Like, if those thoughts come up, acknowledge them and say, but I'm moving forward. Be really positive with yourself. And then the very last thing is you're not always going to be motivated. We've talked about this. So rely on habits. We don't have to motivate ourselves to brush our teeth in the morning. It's just a habit. So, you make a habit of, I always, make a plan on the weekend for healthy menus. Just make that a habit to, just start with, planning your week and going to the grocery store and set yourself up for success.
Oh, so good. I love everything you said. And I hope everybody that is watching us right now took the time to write it down, because you should have on your phone or on your notebook to constantly take a look at all these points, because they're so good.
Yes.
Awesome. Amanda, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, Mix at 3 continues. When we come back, we're going to reveal a very sweet deal for you. You want to check this out. We'll be right back.
Well, with the holidays coming in hot, Starbucks is offering half-off drinks every Thursday in December. A coupon for a 50% off drink will be available to reward members in the Starbucks app each Thursday.
So customers are allowed one discounted drink each Thursday from noon to 6 p.m. Starbucks is calling the promotion Festive Thursdays, rather.
Thursdays.
Okay, yeah.
Thursday.
I still maintain this. I've only been to Starbucks maybe 5 or 6 times in my life. Mm-hmm. I know people who go all
Every day.
the time,
yes,
including my daughter. I think there's one next to the bodega around where she lives up in New York. But is it that crazy? Is it that great?
I can't say because I don't go often.
Oh, you don't go either. Okay. Well, I'm just saying, and I am not bashing Starbucks by any means at all. The coffees that I have had there have been very good. I just give me a small, medium, or large.
Yeah, for the
Just make
fans,
it that simple, please.
Thursdays are half off.
Hey, do we once again want to remind you, going on until 7 o'clock this evening, and then tomorrow between 8 and 1 p.m., the 23rd annual Cares for Kids Radiothon, brought to you by Georgia's Own Credit Union and our radio partners, iHeartMedia Augusta, along with News 12 and NBC 26. For the Children's Hospital of Georgia, they need the donations to wrap up this year for this not-for-profit organization. Call 866-412-5437. You can text
CHOG 51555.
or go online, caresforkidsradiothon.com. Make a difference in somebody's life this holiday season, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll catch you Monday.
All right, thanks for watching.